In this video we're gonna take a look how to rig Elliott 6-meter boat. In other words, to prepare the boat for sailing. In order to sail the boat effectively, we also have the crew rolls, and the crew rolls already can be applied when you rig the boat, so that when you come to the boat, each of the crew member knows which part of the boat and the sails they need to prepare. So the first task of the bowman is to check the inside of the boat through the front hatch. You can open it, inspect that also that this elastic rope is in place and also have sufficient tension. Then you can jump in and look inside there as you go there and see if there is any extra water there. So water is something that would make you very slow in the light winds, and in strong winds it will position the extra weight in the wrong place. There is a bucket and sponge, so make sure that you just go inside, go further in the boat, and take all the water away from there. That also keeps the boat in a good condition. Once you're done with this task, you can go back and take the jib and attach the jib. General good philosophy is that you work on the sails that you operate while sailing out there. So this way, the bowman or bowwoman, person who is in front, will take care of the jib. So let's start with the jib. And first of all, the jibs are stored in under the roof over there. So before you go sailing, you would need to find and pick up the correct jib. What you want to do is to use the jib of the same number. So if you see that the boat on the bow, it has the number 4, and somewhere on the sail, very faintly, it was written over here C4. So this is the jib number 4. So make sure that you check the number of the boat and pick up the correct sail accordingly. Then obviously you locate the correct size of the sails. So the sail is usually rolled this way that the foot is for you of the sails immediately available. And this is the tack of the sail with 2 blocks, which is at the back, closer to the aft and attached to the jib sheets. So this will stay on the back. Sorry, not tack, that's a clue. And here is the tack and of the sail, so the front corner that is attached to the bow of the boat. So what we do now, we take the sail, trying to make sure that it doesn't roll out in water. When you take over here the tack of the boat, you locate which side is the foot. This is the foot which goes at the bottom of the sail, and which is the lock. You can find the lock by finding those these attachments or hanks that will attach the sail to the forestay. You take this loop and you open the shackle here. One good thing is to inspect that the shackle is in good condition and that it doesn't open, as well as I noticed that this shackle has a little loop over here that doesn't have the tape around it. So if you have electric tape, it's good to put it to make sure that the spinnaker doesn't rip if it comes in contact with this rope. So using this shackle, you attach the tack of the sail, and you continue to unroll the sail and attach After you put this metal locks, you also lock it using the Velcro tape. Keep on doing it for all of them until you reach the top of the sail. This is a good time also, as you unroll, to inspect that telltales are in place, and if you have them missing at this moment, you can just get and fix them right away. As you continue forward, again, this is a good time to inspect the button in the jib. This hard part is in place and not broken. So it's a one whole piece. If it's missing, then in this particular sail, you would need to take another sail and repair, fill in the boat reports and separately repair it, because it's not easy just to change only the button. So now the lock of the jib is attached to the forestay. Then you open the jib halyard lock on the port side of the boat at the bottom of the mast, and you take the jib halyard from here, making sure that it's not twisted around anything but comes straight here, and then you use the shackle to attach the top of the sail, top of the jib. Okay, now it's ready. Again, good to inspect that those little metal circles over here are not open like that, but it's actually taped. Good example for it just to see here that, for example, inside there we have those metal loops that you can actually see on the other boat. On the other boat they're exposed. In here, on this boat, they're nicely taped, so that the spinnaker, when it comes in contact with the sharp edges of those circles, the spinnaker will not be damaged. Good to check this thing here, and at the same time on the other side. And if you notice that any other parts in front or other part of the boat which has those little loops, metal loops, metal circles, so rings, sorry, it's good to tape them. Alright, so now we will need the bowman's task to attach the jib sheets. And in this boat, for the simplicity, we have already jib sheets preset. So the only part you need to do is to attach the ends to the glue of the sail. So you open the knot, take port sheet, you pull the foot just to make sure that the sail is not twisted like that. It's coming straight here. You choose one of the blocks. You put the rope through the block, and then you take it back to the jib car and put it through here and make figure 8. You can put it from the either side. I think maybe if the wind is a little bit more stronger, I will put it this way, as I have. if the wind would be a little bit more lighter, I would put it in the opposite direction. However, this is like having a very minimal effect, so it's not something that you need to remember or focus on too much. Same you do with the other. Okay, so jib is set. Now before leaving, just make sure that you take the sheets a little bit more tighter in and put them in the locks, just to prevent the sail from falling into water accidentally. Next, we're gonna look at the tasks of the main trimmer, the middle person on the boat. And usually the main trimmer is in charge of taking the main, controlling the main, and in the same philosophy, the main trimmer will be in charge of setting the main. So the same approach. We check that the main has the same number as the boat number. So the boat is number 4, and the sail says here C4. So we know we have the correct sail. So the main sail needs again to locate which side is which. So again, usually it's rolled this way, that this end is the foot, and this is the tack of the sail, and the back part has this, the glue of the sail has this velcro that will indicate that this is the end of the back end of the sail, the glue. So normally the tack of the sail is attached to this to the gooseneck using the shackle. However, and that's something that you should try to do it as always as you can. Some of these sails, these are training sails, they're a little bit more older. They are becoming shorter and shorter with the years. That's why sometimes it is a little bit difficult to lock the main while you have the tack attached to the gooseneck. So I will show you first how to attach it there, but keep in mind that sometimes you might need to release it before hoisting the sail and locking it. The same way also with dropping the sail. So first what you need to do is just to open the cunningham. There's a shackle over here that has the pin with a little thread. So you need to unscrew it open here, and make sure to keep the pin in the hands because it's not attached, so it might fall in the water. You can disattach the cunningham first. Just put it separately. And you use and attach the tack of the sail using the shackle. Okay. Then you take this cunningham and you make sure that it's running like fully open. You take it through the second loop over here, and you can attach it back to the shackle. This way, this rope goes through this loop. That goes through this loop, comes over here. So we are able to tighten it up and down from here. So this is the Cunningham, which pulls the front part of the sail, the lock, tighter down. Once you have it attached, you can start unrolling the main sail. And again, this is a good opportunity for you to inspect the sail, that everything is here. As you keep on opening it, you're making sure that the back buttons are here in place and not broken. Keep unrolling it. Next button is here, and it has the telltale, so in place. Keep on unrolling. Next button is in here and not broken, and telltale is in place but was a little bit stuck with the glue over there, so you make it run freely so that you can use it. Take the top, the main, and put it in the groove, in the thread over here. Then you take the main halyard, you look up, making sure that it's running nice and free, not tangled. Again, just inspect here that there is a little ring here without any protection. It's always good to have some electric tape over here, even though that it's not coming in the contact with the spinnaker. So just good habit. So we fix it to the top, and then you want to make sure that it comes nicely into the groove, that it doesn't jump out, and also that you want to make sure that the sail doesn't fall out of the groove with the gravity. So then you take the main halyard on the other side of the boat. So practically what you are trying to do is just to avoid this situation. What happens so that the sail falls out. Put it in the groove. You pull it just a little bit so it doesn't stay too high to create too much windage and pressure on the main sail. And you temporarily put it in a lock. For example, in the lock where you have the jib attached. So you, for example, you put it over here. Okay, now it's in place. And the second part, the benefit of it is to having attached, is to avoid the potential problems. If it falls down and stored at the bottom, it's very possible that it might get twisted around, and you put it in while it was twisted, and you discover it only when the sail is like halfway up. Okay, so now it's in place, and here is a good way to look how the main is locked on this boat. On the main halyard, which is the metal wire over here, we have a little metal part, like a ball over here, that goes all the way to the top and goes into the lock. So this way, this has to be always in the same position. It has to come certain height to be able to go inside that lock. So also just need to make sure that you see that the main doesn't jump out of this groove, and also this is how you need to make sure that if you all the time hoist the sail, main sail, when you head to wind, you are reducing the wear out of this groove. That's why it will not jump out here. So I will just put it a little bit more higher now and fix it. Alright, so now the main trimmer continues with the back part of the sail, and sometimes this task over here can be also done by the skipper, because the skipper is already at this position and able to help to the main trimmer with his tasks. So that's something also up to your team, how you how you decide to make this division. So main trimmer or the skipper first makes sure that the boom is able to come up all the to the 90 degrees, because when we put the sail up, the boom will need to come 90 degrees up. If you have the main sheet tight and you discover it only when you're starting to hoist the sail, then you realize that your main sail is not coming up because you have it too tight. So what you need to make sure that the main sheet is running freely, and it's you can lift it 90 degrees. So also make sure that, for example, there's no problems like, for example, over here, that for some reason some other ropes are controlling the. Then you see that it still doesn't come 90 degrees, and if you look that there is kicker is keeping the boom down, so you need to open the kicker also. So now boom can come to the 90 degrees, and you can actually get it even a little bit more higher, just as maximum as it. So this way you're not putting any tension and pressure on the main sail while you're hoisting it. Then you take the main and you see that the foot is going straight, nice. And then first you attach the clue of the sail closer to the boom, and you use this Velcro strap. So when you do the Velcro strap, I think the first loop is important. You want to make sure that there is a sufficient gap, but not too big gap over here. So you want to bring it quite close, maybe about a couple of 1 centimeter. That's why there will be a gap over here. And then you continue by putting more rounds in with this Velcro tape, just to keep it in that position that you fixed with the first loop. Okay. Finally, you would need to attach the out hole to the sail, and you need to open the out hole over here. Make sure that it's running free. And attach using shackle to the clue of the boat. Okay, now main sail is set. And one more sail that we have on this boat is the spinnaker, that is also jointly set by the bowman and the main trimmer. However, we're not going to look in this video how to set it up. Finally, to the tasks of the skipper. Again, being in charge of the equipment that you're in charge of, skipper makes sure that the tiller and tiller extension are running open and free, making sure that this attachment is not broken and in good condition, and that everything is all right with a rudder that is securely attached to the boat. And of course, it's good also to check that the other ropes, for example, like a traveler, is working well, and that's something that the skipper can inspect. But as you see that there is not maybe much task to do here, that's why I would also recommend that the skipper a little bit helps to the rest of the crew with doing some parts of the boat. However, you can make it more effective, as you see that each one of you would have your working zone, that you're not running around the boat, each one of you working in a certain area, and you're setting the boat very much effectively.